Real estate is emotional. And so these people are excited. And if you're not following up with them, they're just going to go to the next person who is following up with them. You're tuned in to Build Your Business with Brittany, the spot for real world tactics and cutting edge tools that actually get results. I'm Brittany Handura, real estate agent, coach, and investor, and I'm here to help you work less and earn more and crush your goals. So let's go. Tech and tools that work. Oh, tech that works. Tools to take command of your real estate business. So, guys, I was with KW for a long time, and I had dug in. I had really worked command well. And then I left KW, went to Real. If you want any info about that, you let me know. But I went to Real and I started using Lofty, and my mind was blown about all of the different things I have done. All of the money, literally, I've been leaving on the table because I have not been using tech that really works. And so as we go through this, I'm not going to specifically be talking about like specific CRMs or specific things. It's more so, here's what your CRM needs to do for you, and here's how to get leads out of that CRM. So every CRM can do these things. Every tool that you have can do these things that we're talking about. I'm not talking about specific ones today. I'm really just talking about here's what you need to do to be able to get leads, convert, and then close on those. So that's what we're talking about today. If you have any questions, pop them in the chat, jump in. I want to talk. I want to know what you guys are struggling with and how you're having a hard time getting some of these to convert, so we can talk about that as we go. All right, so the fastest path to close, that's what we're all here for. We want to know how to close. This is a sad reality, but it's true. 80% of new agents fail in the first 2 years. The right systems give you leverage and consistency. So that's what we're talking about today, those systems that give you that leverage and give you that consistency, because remember, the fortune is in the follow-up. And so you have to have consistency over time. It's not enough to have one time they came in and gave you their address because they wanted a home value and then you never spoke to them again. You have to have consistency over time. You have to have those systems set up, because that is what gives you leverage. Agents don't fail because of a lack of effort. They fail from a lack of systems. Agents don't fail because they lack effort. Lots of agents put in tons and tons and tons of effort. Lots of agents go door knocking. They talk to 1 million people every day. They're really reaching out. They're really putting in the effort. But why they're failing is because they don't have the systems to back up that effort. So that's what we're talking about today. Let's jump in and get to the good stuff. 3 things that tech should do for you. Number 1, of course, capture leads consistently. Now, this across every platform, you have the ability to capture leads. It's what you do with those leads that really take you to the next level. So if you go to Facebook and do a Facebook ad and you're not capturing those leads, obviously they're not going to convert. Nothing's going to happen. Every single lead that you get, you're going to have some people say, yes, I can convert those at a high level. And you have some people who say, they're terrible leads because I can't convert them. Part of this is because these agents don't have a way to capture these leads consistently and then act on them once they have them. So you really need to make sure that you're capturing these leads consistently. Number 2, convert them with fast follow-up. You have to be fast. We're talking, the studies all say you need to be connecting with them within 5 minutes. I think we need to be connecting with them within 30 seconds. If we're not connecting with them within 30 seconds, we've lost them, because they're going to go to somebody else because they're ready right now. And especially when we're talking about homes and home values and looking for something that they're interested in, they're interested right now. And they are excited because they have the potential of going to see this new home, or they have the potential of getting their home value, or whatever it is that they want to do. Remember, real estate is emotional. And so these people are excited. And if you're not following up with them, they're just going to go to the next person who is following up with them. You have to be quick. So remember, any platform that you're on, any CRM is going to have the ability to have a smart plan that does this for you. Now, this shouldn't be completely in exchange for what you do, whatever I'm trying to say. This shouldn't be like you say, oh, my AI is doing it for me. My AI assistant has got it covered. If you get a lead, you have something that automatically says, hey, thanks for reaching out. Brittany's going to be with you soon. Or you have something that says, thanks for reaching out. Renee's going to call you. Or you have something that says, thanks for reaching out. Did you get that email? There's something that you have that is going to be connecting them to you. So you want to make sure that you are reaching out with them also. You shouldn't just let the AI do the work. You have to have some kind of personal human touch. But fast is the key. And those automated smart plans, those automated tools that you have, that is where you're going to be able to connect with them right away. And then number 3, your text should keep them moving to the closing table. You want to make sure that you're continuing to move them along the pipeline. You don't want to just say, great, you got your home value, and then do nothing with it. You want to make sure that you're saying, okay, here's the next step, here's the next step, here's the next step. So if you get a Facebook lead and you call them and they say, oh no, I was just curious, I'm just looking. Okay, great. Let me put you on a drip. Let me put you on a system, an alert. That's the word I'm looking for. Let me put you on a property alert so that you see more properties that match this criteria. What else are you looking for? What else are you thinking about? You want to keep them moving forward. You don't want to just say, okay, well, let me know if anything comes up, if you like anything. That's not going to convert. And let me tell you, I say this out of experience because I used to be the one that would call up a lead and be like, oh, I finally called them. And then they said, no, I'm not interested. I just clicked on it because I wanted to see. And I would be like, okay, thanks for your time. Bye. No, that's not going to do anything. What we want to do is continue the conversation. So what I would do now is I would say, okay, great. What kind of houses are you looking for? What were you interested in? What about that house spoke to you? Oh, well, I liked the yard, or I liked the pool, or I liked the 3 beds, 2 baths. I liked the size. I liked the area, whatever it was. And then I can say, okay, great. There are definitely some other houses that might meet your needs, fit your interests. Would you like me to send those over? And actually, I'm posing that as a question, but what I would actually do is say, I'll go ahead and send those over to you. Normally with a lead capture, I've already got all the information I need. I have their phone number, obviously, because I'm talking to them, and I have their email. So now I'm able to set them up on a property search based on the information they gave me. And if I can't get a hold of them, if I'm never able to talk to them, I can send them an email saying the same thing. Hey, I wasn't able to talk to you, but a lot of my clients are just interested in looking right now. Here are some other houses in the area that might fit your needs or might be interesting to you. And then I put them on a property search, and then with my CRMs, I'm able to see what they're seeing. So if that email goes through and they click on it and then they start clicking around on houses, or they save some houses, or they start creating searches of their own, I'm able to see all of that. I have eyeballs on all of that. And so I'm able to really now have a conversation. So they're telling me, no, I'm just looking, but now they're clicking everywhere. So now I'm able to say, hey, they're looking right now actively. So I can call them up and say, hey, I saw that you were looking at 123 Main Street. They're having an open house this weekend. Do you want to go check it out? Or you can, if you don't want to feel like the creeper, you can say, hey, this house just popped up. It seems like it would be great for you. And the reason you think it would be great is because you've been seeing what they're doing. And so you can now have a conversation with them. Now, here's something that I will tell you. Text is great. Calling is better. But a lot of times people won't talk to you on the phone. Like, for instance, me, I hate picking up a number that I don't know. And obviously I'm in real estate, so I have to pick up numbers that I don't know sometimes. But if it's potential spam, I'm not picking it up. I will let it go to voicemail. If they really want me, they can get it. And on my voicemail, I say, hey, for a faster response, be sure to text me. And these bots are not going to text me. And if they do, I can unsubscribe. So I let a lot of things go to voicemail. And so if you ever call me and I don't pick up, make sure you leave a message and send a text. But in this day and age, texting is going to be a great way for you to stay connected, because they'll hopefully respond to a text faster than they will a phone call. But you need to do both. You can't just say, oh, well, I only text and that's all I do. At some point, you can reach out and with a phone call, or you can say, hey, it seems like you're liking these. If you want to set something up, let's go ahead and schedule a phone call. Do you have, 5 minutes to talk about really what you're looking for? Have you been pre-approved? And then you're just walking through that conversation. All right, that's a lot of what I was talking about, but what we were talking about is keep moving them to the closing table. We want to keep them walking through the process, and wherever they are, we want to get them to the next step. All right, let's talk about your CRM. What should your CRM have? Your CRM is your lead capture machine. So you have to make sure that you're using your CRM at a high level. If you don't use any other tools, your CRM should be the one that you use. Every day when you wake up in the morning and go to work, your CRM is the first thing you pull up. You should be very, very comfortable with your CRM. Real estate doesn't have to feel overwhelming. My Start with Success course is designed to cut through the noise and get you to closings fast. You'll learn how to attract clients, master your systems, and close with confidence. For a short time, you could grab it at a huge discount. Your business won't grow by accident, so click the link and let's get you started. Every contact goes into your CRM, no exceptions. This is definitely something that, for whatever reason, a lot of agents, probably that 80% that don't make it the first year, they are hesitant to put their contacts into their CRM because, for whatever reason, they don't want to they don't want to sound like a bot. They don't want to put it in. They don't want to whatever. But your CRM is meant to be your brain. Your CRM is meant to be an extension of your brain. And so you have to make sure that you're putting stuff in, because whatever you decide to do, whether you say, hey, I'm going to do something on social media where I send out a home value, and somebody reaches out for that home value and you never put them into your CRM, well, now you're not able to say, what was that person wanting? What is their address? I know I talked to them a while ago, but what did they say? Even if they are somebody who you know, like, and trust. My mom is in my CRM. My wife is in my CRM. Everybody that I know is in my CRM. Now, are they getting the same types of touches and connections? No, they're not. Everybody's getting something a little bit different because I'm able to customize it. So for my mom, who's not looking to buy or sell, she's not necessarily going to get the same thing as one of my friends who has been in their house for a long time and they kind of are thinking about it, but maybe my friend gets a home value and my mom is on a property search that only comes up once a month. Or maybe my mom is not on any kind of property search, but she gets my newsletter that comes out once a month. Whatever it is, you can put different people into different buckets, but your contacts should go into your CRM. Remember, your SOI is who you pull from. And in your first few transactions, your friends and family are going to be the ones that you work with. I've coached and mentored hundreds of agents. That is the reality, is that your very first transactions are going to be people who are in your SOI. It's just what it is. And that if we're not reaching out, if we're not wanting to talk to them, then they're not going to talk to us. They're not going to necessarily come to us and say, oh, Renee, I really wanted to work with you. I know you're in real estate now, and so I want to come and work with you. Half of them are not even going to know because maybe they're not on social media. Maybe they're not seeing it. And so we have to make sure that we're not the secret agent. We have to make sure that we're talking to all of our contacts, everybody we know, and we want to say, hey, who do you know who I need to know? So every contact needs to go into your CRM. And when you start meeting people on Instagram, when you start meeting people out and about, all of those people also go into your CRM. Almost every CRM has a very easy way for you to go from pulling the information from your phone and putting it directly into your CRM. So it should be very easy. And I recommend a bulk import first and foremost. If you don't know how to do this, ask ChatGPT, because ChatGPT will be able to tell you how to do a bulk import. And also every CRM has support that they can help you with that too. So every contact goes into your CRM, no exceptions. Leverage landing pages, open house sign-ins, and social DMs directly into your CRM. So if you have a CRM that has landing pages, which most all of your CRMs do, or they are connected to landing pages, open house sign-ins, all of these things should go directly into your CRM. So if you have a landing page for a listing, or if you don't quite have a listing yet, but you do have a house that you're going to hold open for another agent, your CRM will have a landing page that you can either create or already is there that's branded to you. Anybody who clicks on it is going to go to you. You can put that on your social media, and all of that can go directly into your CRM. So if you're saying, hey, want more information about this, any questions, whatever, put that into your CRM. If you're doing a poll, if you're doing, somebody raises their hand saying, yes, I'm interested, it goes into your CRM. Your open house sign-ins, if your open house sign-ins are digital, this makes it so much easier. And a couple weeks ago, we talked about open house sign-ins, and I said, this day and age, it should be digital. It really sets you apart as being the professional and coming across in a way that really elevates you and promotes automatic trust. So if your sign-in is digital, it should be linked to a smart plan, and that smart plan should go automatically. As soon as they come in and get that open house, plug in their open house information, they should get an email, a text message, something talking about like, hey, what were your thoughts on that open house? If it wasn't for you, let's go look at some of these other ones. And then you're automatically putting them on a property search. All of these things are going to work together to make sure that you are not losing these leads. Because these leads, especially the people who raise their hand that say, I'm interested, those are gold. You want to make sure that you're following up with them. Your social DMs. If somebody reaches out to you because you say, hey, DM me if you're interested in this house. DM me if you're interested in more, if you want to learn more about houses in this area. Whatever you're DMing, that should go into your social media. That should go into your CRM. You want to make sure that you're putting any information into your CRM, because this is your brain. And while you don't have very many contacts, it feels like, oh, well, I can keep up with, 50 leads or 50 contacts. I only have one or two that I'm working with at a time. But the reality is we always have to be thinking about scaling our business. And if we're not thinking about scaling our business, then yeah, we can think, oh yeah, 50 contacts in my phone and I have one or two that I'm talking to, but I can remember that. They're going to fall through the cracks, number one. And number two, you're not going to be able to scale that. That's not scalable. So put those, even if you have 15 contacts, put them into your CRM. You want to make sure that they're in your CRM. Auto text and email nurture keeps you top of mind. So remember, we always want to be top of mind. We always want to be that person that if somebody says, I'm thinking of, I want a real estate agent. We want to be that person that somebody says, oh, I know a good real estate agent. Oh yeah, Matthew's a great real estate agent. You should use him. Or I worked with him before. He would be a good one to call. Whatever it is, you want to stay top of mind. Auto text and email nurtures keep you top of mind. So remember, the email nurtures, you want to give them what they want. And so if they're a homeowner, they want to know their home value. Give it to them. send them a monthly home value report. You can do this on, even if your CRM doesn't do it naturally, you can do it through, you can pay for subscriptions for this through HomeBot. You can do it through all different kind of places. And I definitely recommend doing this because this is something that we want to make sure that we are keeping up with. The home value reports are really, really helpful because everybody wants to know their home value and they're connecting you with potential sellers. So keep that in mind that if they're thinking of buying, you potentially have a buy and a sell. So home value reports are huge and I definitely recommend them. But anyway, I digress. The emails that you send are home value reports, property alerts, newsletters talking about you personally and what's going on in the market or whatever you want to do. Things that are local, things that are making it so that people see that you're the expert. Those keep you top of mind because even if they're not responding, they're still seeing it. And so you want to make sure that you are still in the forefront of their mind. A strong CRM turns I met someone once into a closed deal 6 to 12 months later. Now keep in mind 6 to 12 months later. This is not right away. Real estate is a long game. But this goes from I met somebody once, oh, they bought a house and they didn't use me. Why didn't they use me? Well, because you were not following up with them, because they found somebody who responded faster, because they went with somebody who gave them what they want. And that closed deal happened in 6 to 12 months rather than sometimes I've seen agents go 6 to 12 months without closing a single deal. So every single one matters. You want to make sure that you're capturing these and you're really working to do this. All right, speed to lead. So this is one of the things that we were talking about. So we're going to talk a little bit about automation and how we need to be the first to contact our leads. So whatever kind of lead this is, speed to lead is the key. Whether it's somebody who's DMing you on Instagram, whether it's somebody who is reaching out to you via landing page, whether it's a home value, whether it's a Zillow lead, whatever it is, you have to be the first person to get on that and to talk to them because the first person they talk to is usually the person that they're going to be working with. Response time is everything. Leads contacted in the first 5 minutes are 100 times more likely to connect. So if you push it off and you wait half an hour, you might be texting them and messaging them and calling them, and it's very likely that you'll never hear from them again. You'll never connect with them again. So you want to make sure that you're getting to them within the first 5 minutes. And remember, the first 30 seconds is better, but that's where the automation comes in. You're not expected to get to them in the first 30 seconds. Did I say 30 minutes? I meant 30 seconds. You're not expected to do that. Your systems and your tech are expected to do that. Use auto responders, text drip campaigns, and task reminders. All of these are in your CRM. You have auto responders like smart plans. You have a text drip campaign where you're saying, hey, I didn't get you. Hope we can connect. Or I saw this great house. Or do you know what interest rates are right now? We can get you going and we can get you connected with a great lender. Whatever it is, you want to make sure that you're putting them on a text drip campaign because texting is where it's at. And task reminders. So the task reminders are going to remind you. This is where you are leveraging this tech because it's not just a bot reaching out saying, hey, I'm Brittany's assistant. Do you want to look at houses? It's you, actually you, calling them up or saying happy birthday or saying, hey, it's your home anniversary. You've been in your home for this many years now. I almost always get responses from previous clients when I text them or message them about their home anniversary. Or I get them a little gift. Usually I get them a little gift for their 1-year home anniversary. And then I text them, message them, email them for their following home anniversaries after that. So set your task reminders, because otherwise, how are you going to remember that? If you have 1 or 2 closed sales, sure, you can remember that. But if you have 20, 30, 40 closed sales, you're not going to remember that. You're not going to remember all of their home anniversaries. But remember, you don't just have to send a home anniversary. You can say, hey, how's everything going there? And are you looking for a contractor, a handyman, a gardener, an AC person? How is everything going? And these can be automated also. So remember, you can have task reminders or the autoresponders and automatic text campaigns. All of these are going to be huge in leveraging yourself and your time and your energy and your effort. You need to make sure that you're doing this, because otherwise you're not going to be top of mind. You're going to fall away and they're going to say, oh yeah, I really liked my agent, but what was her name again? I can't remember. I think it was like Brittany or Becky or something. Well, that's not helpful to me if I want them to call me back. So we want to make sure that we are staying top of mind. Call, text, email, then repeat. You want to make sure that you're continuing this train. So when we talk about trying to reach out to a lead, we want an automated email going out. We want an automated text going out. We're going to call them. And if we still don't get any response, all of that is going to start up again. A lot of your CRMs have these automated systems, and you can say, reach out to them until they respond. Once they respond, then pause the smart plan. And so you can do that so that you're not just like continually reaching out and they're saying like, okay, well, I'm talking to you. Why are you still sending me these emails? Why are you still sending me these text messages? So you want to not continue doing that. So call, text, email, and repeat until you get a response. And then at that point, you start moving them along the funnel. And then once you find something that's good for them, once you have a next step for them, whatever it is, call, text, email, and repeat. Remember, the fortune is in the follow-up, not the first conversation. You are not going to get a sale in the first conversation. It's all about the follow-up. And if you don't have it systematized, you're going to have things fall through the crack. Grab your free resource at the link below. It's packed with tools to help you get more business. Then mark your calendar for Tuesdays at 9:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Our live trainings are the only place to get the full scoop and your questions answered on the spot. I'll see you live.